Lindsay, please unmute and you have the option to share video.
Thank you so much for having me. But guys, we need to really change the name of Marin County to misogynist. I have an openly gay 9-year-old that identifies as a lizard. And unfortunately, when I take her to any state park, at none of these parks do you have anything that's inclusive for trans species children.
The next speaker is Ryan Majors. Please unmute and you have the option to share video.
I just want to say Katie Rice is an idiot. She keeps on violating the Brown Act. We're going to come for you. I have my 2 minutes to speak, yet you won't even let me speak because you're afraid of the truth. Yet you'll let every person come here and say they're an anti-vaxxer and say they're going to die from the vaccine. But yet I'm here trying to talk about my trans daughter not being included in every single park. She has to see the monkey bars, yet there's no terrarium. There's nothing for my daughter. And what are you going to do? You're going to shut me down? That's ridiculous, Katie. I'm telling you, I'm going to come after you every legal avenue that I have because you got some idiot that's running this thing kicking me out that doesn't understand the Constitution. And that makes sense. It makes sense that a bunch of idiots in Marin County don't even know how to do their job. That's why every single person has to come here because you guys are so vaccinated. You guys have made yourself stupid. You vaccinated yourself into a coma. So you guys should be ashamed of yourself. Katie Rice, you should be embarrassed to be a board of supervisors. You're a disgrace to the city and freaking state of California. You should be ashamed of yourself. And guess what? Let me tell you something. This is not over. You cut me off, but you're not going to be able to cut off primetime 99 hours time because I'm coming for you. I'm going to publicly humiliate you, Katie, worse than you've ever been publicly humiliated. Because let me tell you something, you cannot violate my Brown Act. You cannot violate my First Amendment right to free speech. So you're going to have some idiot working a computer. As soon as he sees my face, cut me off. This is not going to happen. I will call in with 100 people every freaking meeting, and I will shut your meetings down if I have to digitally, because this is not okay. You're not going to shut Primetime 99 down. You are not seeing the last of Primetime 99. I'm out for Marin County. And let me tell you something. I'm going to publicly embarrass every single board of supervisor member that is there. Because why? Because you're taking this so personal. All I'm trying to do is speak for a couple minutes, and you won't even let me do it because you don't understand how the Constitution works. So you guys think you can be board of supervisors when you're all a bunch of mental midgets. You guys don't even know how to use your brain. You guys need to wake up, because I'm telling you, there's going to be a wave of embarrassment, Katie. We're going to go and do a forensic audit of your background. If there are any skeletons in your closet, we are going to expose those skeletons, and we're going to put you on blast big time, because I do not like to be messed with. I do not like when my constitutional First Amendment.
The next speaker is Mary Beth Brangen.
We do recognize and respect people's First Amendment rights to free speech and Brown Act. And I think Mr. Stein was inadvertently cut off when he first spoke earlier today. That was not at my direction. So just want to clarify.
With alternative family services in the amount of $347,542 to provide transitional housing program. But see, guys, this money can be better used. We could use this for our public parks. My 9-year-old is openly gay and identifies as a lizard. And every time that I take her to a public park, all we see are monkey bars. That is not inclusive. So when we're talking about transitional family services, why don't we actually make it for transitional families? I am part of a trans family. Yet none of this money is going to go to my family. None of this money is going to go to public parks, taking away the monkey bars, which are in a way racist to a child that identifies as a lizard. But you guys won't take it seriously. Why? Because you don't care. Yet you're going to give $347,000 to some sort of president to decide what a trans family is. Now, let me tell you something. You don't get to pick and choose who is trans. Just because my daughter is a gender fluid species human, ex-human, you're going to show her the same respect that you would show Rachel Levine. You're going to show her the same respect. You're going to call Rachel Levine a woman, and then I want my daughter to be called a lizard. And when my daughter goes to the park, I don't want to have to say, when Lizzie goes to the park, I don't want Lizzie to feel, totally a victim of racism, because all she has are monkey bars. We don't want monkey bars. We want a terrarium. We want sand. So this $347,000 can be put to better use. So if you're going to talk about trans families, if you're going to have the president execute for trans families, why don't you actually come to a real person that's part of a trans family? Yet you won't, because you guys are going to talk about, and we know like Judy Arnold, another board of supervisors, she got busted shoplifting. Damon Connolly, he got a DUI. Those people are making this decision. They're the people that are getting DUIs and caught shoplifting. They're the ones that are going to say, oh, my daughter is not a species fluid person. That is wrong. So let me tell you something. You guys need to cancel CA7. That money should not go to any sort of trans families unless you're actually trans family with trans children. Thank you.
The next speaker is Worth. Please unmute and you have the option to share video.
CB2, Health and Human Services, especially A, authorized president to accept $134,000 in coronavirus preparedness and response supplemental appropriations act funding administered by the California Department of Public Health. Yet you want to talk about public health, yet we still, every time I take my child to the park, she's looking at monkey bars. My daughter identifies as a lizard. You're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars to prepare the county for coronavirus, but why are you guys not being trans inclusive? That's the problem, is we have a bunch of people on the board of supervisors that are getting DUIs, that are getting caught shoplifting, and all you guys are worried about your ego. You want to take this money, yet you don't want to actually use this preparedness money to prepare for our future. We're going to have tons of trans kids. As a matter of fact, we have the number of people that are transitioning right now is higher than it's ever been in history. It's almost 1,000% higher than it was in the early 2000s and 10,000% higher than it was in the 80s. So you guys need to become more trans inclusive and stop accepting $134,000 for coronavirus preparedness when you guys aren't even prepared for a lizard to come play at your parks. So you guys need to reappropriate these funds and not spend them. We know, look, I love the vaccine. We need everybody on the board of supervisors need to be boosted. A lot of you guys probably don't have your fourth booster. You guys all need to get that, but that's free. So you forget about the free booster. Take that $134,000 and get rid of all the monkey bars, or at least put them lower, put a version lower and call them the lizard bars. Because listen, I want to be inclusive. You guys are not being inclusive. That's the biggest problem with Marin County, is a misappropriation of funds. And who is the victim? My child. And honestly, having an openly gay child is not the easiest it's not the easiest hand of cards I was dealt, but I'm doing my best and I'm asking for a little help from Marin County. So if you guys can use this money to help us in a better way, thank you.
President Rice, there are no additional speakers in the queue.
Well, it's pretty hard to top that last one.